I think one change will be in productivity. We have to have a much higher productivity if we will be able to compete with countries like China or other Asian countries. Then I think digitalization. This will be absolutely necessary to higher the productivity. Then I think social responsibility will be necessary to be able to compete with other countries, because I learn in my work as a man who is responsible for economic funding that the factor labor is very important. And if we don't have the right staff, we can have the best machines, they will not produce alone. So we need both. We need automatization and trained workforce. I think partnership will be more and more important. And partnership means for me, partnership between big companies and SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises, and partnership between companies and universities and research institutes. So the first partnership I spoke about, it's necessary because small companies very often are much faster than big companies. In our today's discussion, we heard this, that the big companies want to have some changes, but they are not able to organize it so fast. And the SMEs very often are able to do this. We spoke today with FAP and with XENON automation technology from Dresden. They are such like small boats. The big ones are like big tankers. So then I spoke about that it's necessary to cooperate between companies and institutes. For me, that's why very important, because R&D becomes more and more expensive. The technology you need for R&D becomes more and more expensive, and so very often it's not good if a company has to buy all the devices themselves. If the devices, maybe like an electron microscope, are in an institute, it's much more efficient to buy the research and not the microscope. International cooperation, that's very important from my point of view. We live in a global world. Not everybody can do everything alone. For example, here we in Saxony, we have a lot of things, but for example, we don't have oil and gas. So we have to buy oil and gas. On the other side, countries that have a lot of oil and gas, maybe like Saudi Arabia or maybe like UAE, they use the oil and gas very often not in the way that it's good for a long time. They use it to produce energy, electrical energy. Oh, what a pity. It's much better to use these wonderful resources for other things. And so we can cooperate. I remember for a project, it was about solar carbon. This was the idea how to produce black carbon black, how to produce carbon black from natural gas in a very efficient way. And these are things we are very good able to do, and we could cooperate.